Hello, welcome to Learn Vietnamese with Han, the Southern accent. My name is Han. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to read and introduce your name and your nationalities in Southern Vietnamese. Okay, let's go. First, let's learn some pronouns. So, in English, no matter who you're talking with, you always refer to yourselves as I and refer to your listener as you. But in Vietnamese, it depends on many factors like the age gap, the gender, or the relationship between you and your interlocutor. Most of the time, we use kinship terms to refer to each other. In this video, I'm going to teach you first three kinship terms. First, we have the word anh, anh, anh. As a kinship term, anh means older brother. The word anh could be used as you if you're talking with a male who is older than you but not too old, such as your parents. I'll call this level 1 older. And it could also be used as I if you're a male and you're talking with a person who is younger than you but not too young, such as your children. I'll call this level 1 younger. Next, chị, chị, chị. As a kinship term, chị means older sister. The word chị could be used as you if you're talking with a level 1 older female. And it could also be used as I if you are female and you're talking with a level 1 younger person. Next, em, em, em. As a kinship term, em means younger brother or sister. The word em could be used as you if you're talking with a level 1 younger person, no matter what gender they are. And it could also be used as I if you're talking with a level 1 older person, no matter what gender you are. Next, we have the word chào, chào, chào. Chào means to greet. So, if you want to say hello to an older male, you could say chào anh, chào anh, chào anh. And you want to say hello to an older female, you could say chào chị, chào chị, chào chị. So, how would you say hello to a younger person? Yeah, you could say chào em, chào em, chào em. You could also put the polite particle dạ at the beginning of a sentence to show your polite attitude toward an older person. But don't ever say dạ to a younger person, it sounds ridiculous. So you could say hello to an older male like dạ, chào anh, dạ, chào anh. Or to an older female like dạ, chào chị, dạ, chào chị. If you want to show extra politeness, you can also put the pronoun of yourself, which is em if you're talking with an older person, before the verb chào and say like dạ em chào anh or dạ em chào chị. This is very polite, so you could say dạ em chào anh or dạ em chào chị to show your courtesy towards someone like your customers, business partners, or job interview examiners if they're older than you. Next, let's learn how to introduce yourselves. We have the word là, là, là. La is used to talk about identities of someone or something. It means to be or other form of the verb to be like is, am, are, was, were, because we don't conjugate verbs in Vietnamese. Remember that la is not always used like the verb to be in English. But don't worry, I will teach you when to use or not to use in every expression. So, to say I am Lan to an older person, you could say em là Lan, em là Lan. Or if you're male and you want to say I am John to a younger person, you could say anh là John. Anh là John. Or if you're female and you want to say I am Mary to a younger person, you could say chị là Mary. Chị là Mary. Next, we had a noun. Tên. 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 Under the spelling is tên, the pronunciation in Southern Vietnamese is tên. So, tên means name. If you want to say my name is David, you could say anh tên David. Anh tên David. The word order is weird, right? Let me explain. In English, an affirmative sentence would always have the structure SVO. In Vietnamese, the structure could be SVO like em là Lan, but it could also be topic comment. In linguistics, the topic of a sentence is what is being talked about, and the comment is what is being said about the topic. Our current structure TC. The TC structure is used a lot in spoken Vietnamese. For example, cái điện thoại này chị mới mua hôm qua. Cái điện thoại này chị mới mua hôm qua. This phone I just bought yesterday. If someone doesn't know about the TC structure, they might consider the structure of this sentence is OSV, but in fact, the structure is rather TC. So, here in this sentence, anh is the topic which you want to talk about, and tên David is the comment which you want to say about the topic. You could also say anh tên là David. Anh tên là David. The word là is optional. It makes the sentence sound formal, so you could use it to introduce yourself to an audience in a formal context. Now let's learn how to ask people's names. We had the word gì. 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 Under the spelling is gì. The pronunciation in Southern Vietnamese is gì. Gì means what, so to ask what is your name in Vietnamese, you could say, for example, chị tên gì? Anh tên gì? Em tên gì? In English, to make a question with a question word, you have to put the question word at the beginning of the question, then the auxiliary verb, then the subject, and so on. So complicated. Vietnamese is straightforward. To make a question with a question word, you just replace the information that you want to know with the appropriate question word. So go from the affirmative sentence. Replace the X factor with the appropriate question word, which is gì in this case, and then boom, you just make question, easy busy. Next, let's learn how to talk about your nationalities. Unlike English, in which there is always an adjective for every nationality, there are no such adjectives in Vietnamese. So, to talk about your nationality, first you have to learn the word người. 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 I think the pronunciation of this word is really tricky for some learners, but don't worry, you get able to pronounce it soon. So, người means person or human. Now combine this word with the name of a nation. For example, người Việt Nam. Người Việt Nam. This is what we say Vietnamese person in Vietnamese, literally person of Vietnam. You might notice that the word order in Vietnamese is opposite to that in English. Yeah, because in Vietnamese, noun modifiers are postpositive, which means the modifier of a noun always stands after that noun. So, to say I am Vietnamese, you could say anh là người Việt Nam. Chị là người Việt Nam. Em là người Việt Nam. Literally, I am a Vietnamese person. Now, let's learn the names of some country. First one, Mỹ. Mỹ. Mỹ, which means the US. Second one, Anh. Anh. Anh, which means England. You can see two homophones here. Third one, Pháp. Pháp. Pháp, which means France. Now, if you're female and you want to say I am American to a younger person, you could say yeah, chị là người Mỹ. Chị là người Mỹ. Also, if you're male and you want to say I am English to a younger person, you should say yeah, anh là người Anh. Anh là người Anh. Last, no matter what gender you are, if you want to say I am French to an older person, you should say yeah, em là người Pháp. Em là người Pháp. Okay, now let's learn how to ask people what nationality they are. First, you have to learn these words. Nước. Nước. Nước, which means country. Nào. Nào. Nào, which means which. So, to say which country, you should say nào nước. No, you must say nước nào. Remember, the modifier always comes after the noun. Now, go from the affirmative sentence. Replace the X factor with the appropriate question word, which is nước nào in this case. So, to say what is your nationality, you should say em là người nước nào. Anh là người nước nào. Chị là người nước nào. Literally, person of what countries are you? Usually, to initiate a conversation by asking someone a question politely, you should first say dạ, cho em hỏi. Cho anh hỏi. Cho chị hỏi. Here, cho means to let or to allow. Hỏi means to ask. So, literally, the phrase means let me ask, allow me to ask. Actually, it means may I ask in formal English. Normally, if you just ask the question shortly like anh tên gì, it sounds quite brusque. To soften the question, you should add the word dậy behind. And last but not least, mention the person you're talking with at the end of the question. For example, dạ, cho em hỏi anh tên gì vậy anh? Dạ, cho em hỏi anh tên gì vậy anh? This is exactly a complete question for initiating a conversation. The action of mentioning the person you're talking with at the end of the question shows that you're friendly and respecting the person you're talking with. It's a part of Vietnamese culture, and if you want to speak like a native, you have to remember that. Next, in English, when someone asks you a question, and then you want to ask them the same questions, you could just say, and you? Or, what's about you? In Vietnamese, it's also very easy like that. You could just say, còn. 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 Plus subject of the questions. You don't need to ask the whole question again. Now, listen to this short dialogue. Dạ chào chị. Chào em. Cho em hỏi chị tên gì vậy chị? Chị tên Sophia. Còn em? Dạ em tên Hoa. Chị là người nước nào vậy chị? Chị là người Mỹ. Now I have questions for you. Who is the older person in the dialogue? Just let me know in the comment below. Okay, so this is the end of today's lesson. You've learned how to ask and answer about someone's name and nationality. You also learned how to make a question with a question word and how to make the question sound friendly. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you want to learn Vietnamese with me on a one-on-one course, you could contact me via this Facebook page. Or you could just subscribe to this channel to learn more free lessons. And if you find this lesson helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lesson. Bye.